Hello everyone, we'll be looking into the debaly queue management system today. This is a state-of-the-art management system through which we can monitor many use cases. So let's get into the system, shall we? Starting off with the admin panel, when you sign in, you'll be able to see all the users which have already been created. Apart from this, you'll be able to create new users. All you have to do is specify the names and other parameters of this particular person. Specifically, you'll have to set in the role of this person. At the moment, the system has two roles, tokenist and staff. We'll be diving into the deeper analysis of what this system means and what this role means in these systems. This system is a real-time monitorable system and it can be expanded very easily as well. Now we have created the username. Let's create the department, shall we? So in the department specifications, you'll have to mention the department's name and the letter of index through which we'll be recognizing the department. We'll be additionally giving in the starting number of the queue management system, which will be the starting index of the receipts or the tokens which are created. Apart from this, you'll be giving in a specific color for the department in order to identify it quite easily. You'll be able to edit the system and change the parameters at any given time. Once we have made the changes, we'll be moving into the other categories, like creating the new counter. All you have to give is the counter name and the counter letter number through which it can be identified. You can create multiple counters and you can edit multiple counter parameters as well. Moving on to the display, there will be a lot of display profiles which we'll be creating over here for analysis purposes. Some of them we'll be touching later on in the slides as well. In the demo, you'll be mentioning the display parameter name and you'll be setting in certain key values over here. You'll be setting in which departments you'll be wanting to see in this display management tokens. Moving on to the token. So these are the people who will be creating the tokens. The tokenists are the ones who would be actually create the tokens for each user profiles. Initially you'll be setting in the customer name, or you can even leave it default if you want to collect details which can be accommodated as well. Once you have created the token, you'll be getting in the index number which the department is requested and the index value, which means the queue management system's activated number over here. We'll be creating tokens for the investment department over here. So as you know, initially we set the token starting number as 200, so the token values are created starting from T200. As we create more tokens under this particular department, we can see that token numbers are increasing accordingly and the queues are being updated in real time. Now we change the department, so let's put in a couple of entries for the service department. As you can see, since we are updating the since we are creating the tokens, we can see the database is being updated real time. Since the starting value of the service department is 800, we can also see the tokens have been starting at a creation number of 800. Now, since we are creating a lot of tokens simultaneously, but the display management system has been fitted to queue only a certain number of values earlier on, which we touched on earlier on in the display parameters as well. Moving on to how these tokens are created real time. So let's create two examples. So we have John and Alice at the moment in the staff counter. So once they have logged into their applications, they will be able to call in initially they will be able to fill in the service department and the counter number which they are working on. As you can see, the system is very easy for the staff to create or set where they are situated at the moment. Once they press next, automatically the person in queue for this particular respective system would be called upon to this particular counter number.
Token number 800 counter 2.
which would be displayed in two monitors, the main display as well as the display in the queuing area. As you can see, for the service department, the counter number 2 and counter number 5 has been updated. The staff can also recall each person.
Token number S, 802 counter 2.
Once the staff has dealt with the person, they can press next to proceed to the next queuing line or the next person. If the person is not present, they can tick the not present icon and press on next.
Token number S, 804
Now,
counter
let's
2.
look at a scenario of a priority person. When a priority person walks into the institution, we need to create priority tokens as well. Let's look at a real life scenario. So in the token creation, you tick on to the box of priority tokens. You can see the token number has been updated with an index of P within brackets,
Token number
and
S,
the queue is
812 counter
prioritized.
5.
When the staff is pressing next, this person is the one who's called upon to the counter initially. Once the staff has done with the particular department, they can change their counter or even the department they are dealing with at worst.
Token number S,
Once they press
807
next,
counter 5.
it would automatically update the next person to be called upon to the counter in the respective department.
Token number T, 202 counter 5. Token number T,
All the people who are in the queue has been served with, the person would be given an alert that none of the queue exists. Now let's dive into a bit of editing the display parameters to suit our taste. Over here in the display settings, we are creating each new display options which we can edit further. Over here we are ticking in the queue numbers as well as the number of departments we want to see. This can be customized for each and every day and for each and every scenarios as well. The earlier scenario of we couldn't see some of the tokens which were created was due to this queue number being set very low. Moving on to the reporting structures, you will be able to see the general report of each and every person who walked in to the institution, and it would also serve you the number of times they were served and the amount taken. You would be able to see a report based on the staff as well, the number of persons they have served and the amount of time which was taken. This would give a cumulative index of the points earned by the staff as well. And overall, you'll be getting a report according to the department-wise number of persons who they have dealt with on a per day basis as well.